So what you're looking for, Beastly, here is maximum tip-to-tip efficiency. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, man. All right, hey, we're live. Welcome to the Beastly Thoughts live show. We got a ton of video game news we want to talk about. Beastly's got some crazy-ass questions he's going to ask me. But unfortunately, Robbie's not here this week. He had some last-minute stuff come up. But we'll try and do our best without him. Luckily, he did provide us our news segment beforehand, so we're not without Robbie altogether. So luckily for us, we're okay here. So Beastly, how you been? What have you been playing this week?
I've been pretty good. It's good to have Robbie here in spirit, as in he is that pivotal part of the show that we need for the show. So thank you, Robbie. We hope everything's going good with you too, buddy. My week has been pretty lackadaisical, man. I've been kind of laid back and hanging out with the family, playing some video games, played some Dragon Age Inquisition, played some Destiny.
Yeah, you did.
Right?
I played it with you.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Yeah, we did. We didn't get to play for long, but we stopped some people while we were doing it.
Yes, we did. I actually got in about 3 or 4 hours in it yesterday. I played maybe about 1 today. Got a little bit of The Last of Us in, and today, believe it or not, I spent 3 hours on Dying Light. And I hadn't played that game probably in close to a month. And I got up this morning, and I got this new beautiful MacBook Pro sitting here. And this laptop completely destroys my old laptop.
One of us.
No! So I plugged it in, and I started, running some applications on it, and I checked out the Elgato Game Capture HD program, and it was so fast. I was like, holy shit. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. And you told me pre-show that you thought the same thing. I thought that the program was broken or something, how fast it works on this laptop. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, when I got my new computer, right before the beginning of the new year. I thought it was broken because I rendered a video and it went so fast that I'm like, it didn't work. What happened? But it did work. It was just really quick. There's
literally no rendering. And see, when you go from a quad core to an i7, me not being as technical as I'd like to be, it's kind of outside of your realm of possibility because I'm so used to seeing, a rendering bar going across the bottom of Elgato Game Capture.
Across the bottom.
Yeah, very slow. And so when I clicked the render button and I didn't see any bar at all, I was like, what the hell's wrong here? But it worked. And so now I have to bow down to the Apple, to the big Apple. Yes.
Welcome to the light side.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's been a really good week. There's been some pretty good announcements and news, and I'm looking forward to this show. How you been, Brian? What have you been playing this week?
Dude, I have been playing the snot out of Iron Banner this week. So this is the first week that the Iron Banner helmets have been available in Destiny, right? So I want them all. I want all 3 of them. I've been going through each character daily and getting all of the Iron Banner bounties completed to get those helmets. I want those fucking helmets. So I'm really excited about that. I've been having a ton of fun too. I played a little bit with you. We don't get to play much Destiny together, but when we did, we made them hurt.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I should probably play more because when I play, I do so damn well.
It's fun too. It's a fun multiplayer experience. It gets overlooked by the raids and the strikes and the nightfalls. But when you get in there, it is a good multiplayer experience. They've made so many changes to it too that it just seems to be getting better and better and better. And I think this is the best experience I've had with the Iron Banner since the game was released.
And I played the Iron Banner previously. The last time it was out, that was my first experience with it. I think it's infinitely better than the typical Crucible competitive maps. It's so much strategy in it. You got to pick the right weapon. You got to be the right level. And before, being level 29 and 30, I would have got worked. But at least now I'm 31. Right. Halfway to 32, and I can go in there and destroy people, and it feels really good, especially when you're in the middle.
That your power matters. It's cool that all the grinding you've done in Destiny, all the playtime you've put in, gives you a competitive advantage. I really enjoy that.
Yeah, and I like that the weapons have so many pros and cons.
Yeah,
that it really is. It all depends on your mindset and how you're going to go about the Iron Banner because the speed of your firing rate, the power of the weapon, all that stuff matters, and it really is fun. Great game.
Really is fun. So we've got some news to talk about with Destiny of the Future that has a lot to do with PvP as well. So I'll wait till the news segment. But yeah, I've been having a ton of fun. I've been playing with the Milky Sirloins as well. We've done a lot of PvP this week. And I did get the helmet for my Warlock. I think it looks sweet as hell. I still got to get it for my Titan and my Hunter. But yeah, I'm still having a great time in Destiny. And this week, it's been all about the Iron Banner, and I've been having a blast doing it.
And the Iron Banner is up until Tuesday, you told me, right?
Tuesday morning. It's like 6 a.m. Tuesday morning Eastern time, or 5 a.m. So effectively Monday.
Yeah, well, you told me yesterday you had ran through all your missions with each character as of yesterday, right? So
yeah. What I was surprised about, I've been doing that every day, all week. I've been running through every one of my 3 characters, my Warlock, my Hunter, and my Titan. And I've been running all the Iron Banner bounties so that I could get those 3 helmets. But yesterday, we went on such a tear, the 2 of us together, that I went through my Titans bounties in about 4 games.
Wow.
Yeah, so usually that takes, between, I'll say, depending on which bounties I'm looking at, between, let's say, 4 and 10 games. It was really fast, and I was like, whoa, that happened really quick. I got to go find something else to do.
we wrecked them pretty good, and the good thing is now, especially for people like me who want to see what's coming new in Destiny, it's just a matter of days until House of Wolves. So
yeah, House of Wolves is literally, it's days away. What is it? Today is the 3rd, so it's 16 days away.
Yep, it's enough time to play another game for just a little bit.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then as soon as that comes, you're gonna have to be in that. And God damn it! Now I'm thinking The Witcher 3 comes too in 16 days.
What are you going to do? Are you going to play a little Destiny once the new content comes out? Or are you going to play House of Wolves, or are you going to play Witcher? Are you going to do both in the same day?
Well, see,
I know my plan.
I know your plan.
To buy Witcher. I'm definitely buying that game because it looks phenomenal. But, I'm that guy. I've still got an unopened copy of Far Cry 4 sitting on my shelf,
Well, for me, it'll probably be easier for me to go ahead and play Destiny because I've already paid for that. So the fact that I don't have to make a financial decision to say, let me go drop $60, I can play something totally new and possibly wait. And me, I'm the cheapskate. That's probably what I'm going to do. Get into House of Wolves and experience all that content. Plus, Kate has been going crazy. That's all she's been playing is Iron Banner.
Yeah.
And up until this week, she didn't even like competitive multiplayer in Destiny. She was one of those people who was really centered on the campaign experience, the multiplayer campaign experience. And then when she went into to the Iron Banner and she got some exotic drops, that's the thing that kind of blew her mind. She was seeing stuff that she never saw before, and now she's been doing nothing but that and loving it and getting good at it. So
the Crucible is going to get even better coming up. Bungie's come out and talked a lot about the Crucible. So let's just jump right into news because it's going to go right into Destiny.
Yeah, we can go straight to Destiny.
Yeah. Bungie's come out. They showed us the Trials of Osiris, which is going to be a new PvP mode inside of Destiny. It's going to have basically it's a super competitive 3 versus 3 fight. You buy a passage token, right? To get into the Trials of Osiris. You buy that for 100 Glimmer. Once you have that, if you win 9 times or if you lose 3 times, you've used it up, you have to buy another one to get back in, which at 100 Glimmer, not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
The cool thing about this, right, is that it's 3 versus 3. You have to have your own fire team. You have to have a party to get into it. They will not matchmake you with randoms to form a team. So it's unlike the Iron Banner in that way. It does then matchmake you with other teams. Once you get, I think it's 3 wins, you start getting rewards. And the more wins you rack up, the better the rewards get.
Oh, wow.
And the rewards are really cool. I mean, we saw some of the armor. We've seen some of the weapons. And they're all just super badass. The armor all looks like this ancient Egyptian kind of stuff. It's really cool. The weapons are, I think, in my opinion, they look better than the Iron Banner stuff, which the Iron Banner stuff has always been kind of cream of the crop, in my opinion. And, it just looks like it's going to be a ton of fun. But the coolest part about this is that once you are in a match, 3 versus 3 against another team, it's a round-based thing where it's kind of like a sudden death, right? It's like each round, it's a best of 9. So each team has to win 5 rounds to win. Once you do that, or once you're in there, If you kill somebody, he is down unless one of his teammates comes over and revives him. So
what?
Yeah,
they've actually added this to Destiny.
Yeah, well, it's not yet. You know, it comes with House of Wolves.
Wow.
So the strategy in this is going to be crazy. Once you get into it, it's one map for the entire weekend. So you only play on the same map all weekend. The next weekend, it's going to run once every week, Thursday to Tuesday. And every week, it's going to be a different map. But for the whole weekend, it will be just one map. So it gives you a real good chance to get really strategic about this map. Learn this map, damn well. I can't wait for this thing. I can't wait to get a team together. Me, you, and Robbie together inside Trials of Osiris. Just getting it done, communicating, working as a team. What do we want? Do we want 2 warlocks with radiance so that we can revive ourselves with radiance? Do we want, what gear do we want? Do we want the stuff that, helps us revive each other faster? Or do we want stuff that's going to make us more lethal? Like, the options are crazy. It's going to be a really strategic event.
This is like chess with guns now.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm digging, man. This is what I'm digging. I can't wait for this thing. And the rewards are going to be so good that, I'm going to be dying to play it. I'm already dying to play it. And aside from the Trials of Osiris, the other stuff they're adding to PvP is awesome as well. They're going to double the rate at which you get rewards and you get experience inside PvP. So if you just like to play Crucible in Destiny, then this is going to be a faster way for you to level your character up. If you don't care about raids, if you don't care about strikes, you just like the PvP, this is the way to go. I mean, it's going to be a faster way to do it. I am dying for this new patch, man. House of Wolves, I am so excited about it, BC. I can't even tell you.
Well, I had no idea because I don't follow Destiny news that much, but Trials of Osiris sounds like it'll be probably my favorite thing. And the reason it is because from what I'm understanding, it's one death, you're out of the game unless you're revived. Mm-hmm. Best of 5 is best of 9, which is 5 wins, is a total win. That really makes me feel like The Last of Us. It's a real similar thing.
Outrageous, but there's not going to be any bitch bombs.
Oh! No bitch bombs. Man, that sounds like it's going to be a ton of fun. I'm really looking forward to that. I had no idea. I did see some of the gear, and you're right. Yeah. It does look kind of Egyptian, like deities, big horns and stuff.
Oh, really cool. So the ram head.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You know what the perk is on that thing?
What?
So it's a warlock helmet. If you are dead and you revive yourself, you know how the warlocks can use radiance to revive themselves? Mm-hmm. If there's anybody standing around you, they get blinded.
Oh, wow.
So imagine that now in the Trials of Osiris, right? Is you're dead. You got a guy camping your dead body to make sure none of your teammates come to revive you. You use that. You come alive again. Not only are you now alive, but the guy who is protecting your dead body is now blinded. It could be a game changer in Trials of Osiris.
Well, the thing that I'm thinking about is this. This is slowly turning into like the most intricate first-person shooter ever. If they're adding this kind of advancement as far as gameplay with all these, expansions, in a year or two, if Destiny still exists, if we don't get Destiny 2, there's going to be so many different ways to play this game. It's going to be insane.
Already, Prison of Elders, we're going to see the big reveal on Wednesday, right? That is a new type of content for Destiny. We've never seen. We're thinking it's a horde mode. We don't really know. It's a brand new type of content for Destiny. Plus, we're getting all this new PvP stuff. It's just, I love this game already. Everybody who watches this channel knows I love this game. But there's just more and more to get going on. It's great.
And one thing we don't have in the news that I will mention that actually surprised me, but I'm pleasantly surprised about this. Bungie is really looking out for their install base. When they released this House of Wolves DLC, the previous DLC that was released is going to be free to everybody.
Only the PvP maps.
That is totally insane.
Yeah.
That you will not have to pay for the previous DLC. I know it was $15 when I bought it. Now you get that for free because they want to kind of keep parity.
Only the PvP maps, so you don't get all the DLC. You don't get like the raid. You don't get the weapons. You just get the PvP maps.
So basically, all the Crucible stuff you will get.
Just the Crucible maps.
That's still a great thing for free.
It is great.
People who didn't have it, yeah.
I'll tell you why this is great, right? I made a video about a year ago, and Not Too Nerdy, he argued with me doggedly about this fact, right? Is that here was my thinking. I think that the DLC in Call of Duty, and this was my thinking at the time, should be free because what's happening is it splits the player base into so many segments that the game suffers because every time you get into a game, if you're a new PvP or if you're a new DLC PvP player in Call of Duty, every time a DLC came out, there were less and less people in that playlist that could play with you. So you're making connections with people further and further away. The lag gets worse and worse. The game gets worse and worse, right? With this decision by Bungie to actually give away the Dark Below maps now means they can add those to the general playlists and everybody gets into those playlists. That means you are now matchmaking with a bigger group of people. Instead of having 3 distinct groups of people, or probably more if you think about it, you have vanilla Destiny players, Dark Below players, and House of Wolves players. Now you just have 2 again, right? Mm-hmm. It's better. This is a better thing. This is a great system. I think that this is something that I was asking for Call of Duty to do last year, and I'm glad to see that Bungie's doing it this year.
And more than likely, when future DLC is released, they're going to continue to do the same thing. So
we'll see. We'll see. I hope so.
I'm hoping.
It seems like a good idea.
Yeah, it's keeping the connection close. You know, you're going to have a lot less issues with the net.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. Oh, that's the other thing about Trials of Osiris. Check this out. You're going to get match made based on connection only.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you might be playing. You might get into a match. You're playing the best players in the world because they're the best connection right now. Or you might be playing the worst players in the world because they're the best connection right now. But it is not going to be skill-based matchmaking. It is going to be connection-based matchmaking.
Now, is that just for Osiris? Are they going to add
only for Trials of Osiris? Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Iron Banner and regular Crucible still work off a skill-based matchmaking.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do you like that? Would you like them to use that format in the future for all their matchmaking?
Hell yeah. Dude, how good does it feel to stomp on some noobs? To really go in and pub stomp. You know the feeling. You've had that feeling where you just wreck people. You feel good. You feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
But how do you get better at competitive multiplayer? You get better by getting stomped on.
Yeah.
You know, you get into a game and you see how good people can be. I think it's a good thing, right? That's how I got good at Call of Duty, was by getting stomped on. I mean, I was getting bent over and getting roughed up, you know? I mean,
that's what they call it. Yeah, well, this sounds like a really, really nice expansion. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. One more piece of Destiny news, and then we can move on.
No problem.
All right, if you go on Bungie's website right now and you look at their weekly update, they have announced a special program for about $30. If you buy a special T-shirt, it comes with a special shader for your Guardian, and I believe an emblem as well. All the proceeds from that will go to the Nepal disaster. I'm sure you're familiar with the earthquake in Nepal that caused so many deaths. So Bungie's actually going to they're offering some really great rewards for about $30, and the proceeds go toward trying to help with relief in that disaster. So it's worth going over there, checking it out. I'll put a link in the description after the video is over. That's
really great news, and I wish more devs would do something like that.
And you know, you'll be repping a shader that says, you know, I care.
Wow, awesome.
Right? That's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I really want that shader.
And the shader, I care.
I care. That's what they should call it.
Yeah. Can you see him just dancing, doing the robot? I care. Awesome. Great stuff. All right, so we had a pretty good week of news. There's been a new release, and I don't know how I feel about it. I guess I gotta see exactly what this game entails. But Wolfenstein: The Old Blood. Now, you and I played Wolfenstein and loved the game.
Yeah.
And I really think it was a great game. It was one of those unforeseen gems, kind of like Dying Light. And this DLC is the prequel to that. And I'm sure there are a lot of people excited about it. What are your thoughts on it? Are you considering maybe picking it up, or are you going to wait on it?
I'm waiting on it, not because I'm not excited for it, but just because I'm busy.
Yeah.
You know, like I really want to play it because I really enjoyed the first Wolfenstein. Or, well,
Wolfenstein.
Most recent Wolfenstein.
the New Order, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in the exact same boat. I know a lot of gamers out there are like, what are they talking about? This is going to be amazing. We've got a lot of games, and we've got lives and wives and kids and all that stuff, and it's really hard to get. I still got Xbox One games that I'm trying so hard to get back into.
Look here. We have made some serious errors in our lives. Beasley and I, we've gotten married.
Damn children.
We had kids. I mean, we got all these responsibilities that just
suck ass. Go to your room, kids. You know?
So unfortunately, I'd really like to play it. I can't wait to see it. I think it's getting reviewed fairly well. So I thought the first one was really fun. I can't wait to play this one.
And let that be a little public service announcement, kids. If you guys want to keep the games in your systems, keep it in your pants.
The more you know.
All right. So this is something that actually hit me earlier in the week, and we may have briefly talked about it last week. But Silent Hills, the game being helmed by Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro, has been officially canceled by Konami. And I got some things to say about this. I want to get your thoughts on it. And first of all, let me say this. I'm a big fan of Silent Hill. I think Silent Hill is one of those old survival horror franchises that needs that new spark of life because there's so much there. It's a great universe. It's a very scary environment and atmosphere. And the last few games have been total misses. You know, Silent Hill, The Room, the 2 or 3 Silent Hills that came out on PS3 lately, the last couple of years, the PS Vita Silent Hill, they've kind of really strayed away from what made the game great back in the days of Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3. And I think that Hideo Kojima is a very talented writer. And if you combine him with someone like Guillermo del Toro, who made the movie Pan's Labyrinth. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, Briar. Have you?
Yes, of course I have. It's a great movie.
It's a phenomenal movie, and it's such a unique look on, I guess, beautiful spookiness. It's just an amazing film.
Think of it as like a modern-day fairy tale.
Yeah, it really is. And if you put those two together, it's like a recipe for success in my mind. And I hearkened it to this. When Metal Gear came out many, many years ago, it was a top-down espionage shooter. There was really not much to it. Hideo Kojima took that franchise and breathed new life into it with Metal Gear Solid. He turned it into a phenomenon, and people all followed suit with it. And I'm thinking that he may have had the same or similar thoughts to the Silent Hill franchise, which started off magnificently. It really was, neck and neck with Resident Evil 1, and it was a very scary game. Silent Hill 2 came out, which is still one of my favorite survival horror games of all time. Silent Hill 3 was amazing as well. And then they kind of gradually declined in quality over the last few years. And I'm sure he looked at the franchise and said, I can turn this back into what it should be, kind of the way I did with Metal Gear. Now, this ugly divorce between Kojima and Konami, and I say ugly divorce because that's exactly how Konami is acting about this. Apparently, they have axed anything that he had his hands on or his fingers on. A lot of people don't know that Hideo Kojima's production company, Kojima Productions, is partly owned by Konami. And if you go to that website now, you're redirected to Konami. They've closed that down. The Kojima Productions Twitter page has been shut down by Konami. And now this game is being axed as well. And I think that Konami is really being, unfortunately, very immature about this situation. I think that they could have handled it differently. Tons and tons of people were excited about the potential of what Silent Hills could have been. My son was playing PT this morning. Hey, Brett. And I thought it was a phenomenal thing to see. A game that really made me feel like I was in the center of a extremely scary experience. Most games don't do that to you. And now it's not going to ever exist. They had Norman Reedus signed to do this. He's at the height of his career. He's never been as popular as he is now with The Walking Dead.
Or popular at all.
Yeah. I mean, he did one or two movies before, but now he's really at the top of his game, and he has tons and tons of followers and people who are interested in his career. And I think that the game is going to be phenomenal. And now that it's not going to see the light of day, I think it's very unfortunate. And it makes me wonder what's going to happen with Silent Hill now, because the last few games have all sucked ass, and now we'll never see Hideo Kojima's J-horror take on what Silent Hill could have been. I think it really would have been an amazing game.
Yeah, I would agree with you there, BC. I mean, it's frankly, I think one of the saddest pieces of news that's come out in a while. Like, there's sometimes you hear about a studio you love closing down entirely, and I would think that this is about that level of news. I think Konami, I mean, are they just gonna at this point leave the gaming business? Like, is this the end of Konami? I mean, to let something this golden go,
well,
like, how do you let it slip through your fingers? This is like
well, it's two things, right? I mean, Kojima is their golden goose.
He's gone.
He was the only real reason that people paid close attention to Konami as a video game entity at all.
I mean, there was the Castlevania guys,
but Castlevania recently it didn't live up to the hype, and it's really drifted away from what made Castlevania the game that it was. They left what made Castlevania magical and turned it into a God of War clone. That's just the truth of the matter. And a lot of people liked it. I just didn't feel like it was necessarily Castlevania, and it's a different game. It's like Advanced Warfare compared to, Ghosts or Black Ops 2. It's a different game in the same vein, but it's a different game. And but Metal Gear stayed the same. When Metal Gear became great, Kojima kept it great. He revolutionized what made it fantastic and added to that. And oh my goodness, we got our man here, Robbie.
Hey, Robbie's in.
Hey, Robbie.
Hey, you guys. Yeah, so I didn't expect to make it on the show. I'm so sorry I'm late, but I'm glad to be here. I'm really glad to see you guys. How you doing this week?
Great.
Doing great. Great, Robbie. Good to see you, man.
We're just talking about Silent Hills getting canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as that game goes, I think the main thing we can talk about, I don't know if you guys discussed this, but obviously PT, I remember when that came out, it was such an incredible moment. Everybody was talking about PT. Everybody was raving about it. We were so excited, especially when we found out about Silent Hills. I mean, a collaboration with Guillermo del Toro and Norman Reedus, that just sounds like, it sounds like a dream come true. Yeah.
And that's exactly what I just said. You hit the nail on the head. Konami had really a print press for money with that combination of talent, actor, franchise, and they completely shit all over it. And I don't know if they did this just to spite Kojima because he was at the helm of this project, but a lot of people were looking forward to it. It's not just the people making it. There's tons of people who would have just bought this game just based on the merit of what PT was alone. And it's unfortunate. Like I said, it's unfortunate. We don't know what Silent Hill will be in the future, if it'll even exist at this point. What does Konami have now, Briar? Like you said, I mean, they make casinos.
They got pachinko machines.
Yeah, they have lots of. They got health clubs in Japan, and they're very popular there. They've actually withdrawn their name from the New York Stock Exchange here, which isn't a good sign in the States. But I don't know. I don't know if they're even going to continue to make games at this point. It
kind of feels that way, doesn't it? It feels like they might just be moving away from the video game industry. They still have a booth at E3. From reports last year, is they basically had a huge swath of red carpet with a little tiny booth in the middle.
Wow, and that's unfortunate. How big was it again? Let me see.
It was a huge swath
with a little tiny booth. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I would hate to see Konami go away. To be honest, they've got some franchises that, if given the right creative mind, they could really become amazing again. I would love to see Castlevania be what it used to be, but in today's time, a game that builds on what Symphony of the Night was, or Simon's Quest, or Dracula's Curse was, built for today's generation. I think that would be amazing. I know they're going to continue to make Metal Gear games, but with Kojima out of it, I'm really intrigued to see what they come up with. But I'm also cautiously optimistic because we saw what happened when the creative minds of the original Silent Hill left, and they created stuff like The Room for PS3, and they created this top-down Silent Hill for the PlayStation Vita that tanked. Yeah. So it's unfortunate, and I really do wish that Silent Hills existed, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
It looked promising, but
yeah.
What are we gonna do?
It's really sad that it's gone now. I mean, everybody was so excited for it, and it's really heartbreaking to see this game just not happen. Whether it was like development costs, like they just couldn't fund it, or whatever it was. Yeah, it's definitely sad to see it go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, so moving on, Dutch retailer lists Black Ops 3 for PS3 and Xbox 360. Robbie, what do you think about that? You think it's going to happen for last gen?
I honestly, like, it's not that I don't want it to happen, but I honestly think it won't. I have just a feeling that this Call of Duty is going to be only on the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. I don't know what it is. I just feel like they're not going to put it on last gen. That's just my feeling. Like, even if they had a different studio port it, I don't think that's going to happen. I honestly do think it's going to be next gen only.
I think that would be an awful business decision on Activision's part. They have millions of people still on the Xbox 360 and PS3. To not port it over to those systems, I mean, I don't know. You know, like, are they really developing this only for the Xbox One and PS4? Maybe, but if they are, undoubtedly they have a team porting it over to the Xbox 360 and PS3. There's no doubt in my mind that game is coming out for 360 and PS3.
I have to agree with Briar. I agree with you too, Robbie. I don't think I would like a Call of Duty that was on both. I think that I would like to finally see a Call of Duty that was built from the ground up for new generation hardware. But
those
like Briar
two things
said,
aren't mutually exclusive. They can still build this game from the
and port
ground
it
up
over
for the new consoles, and then port them down to the older ones.
Yeah. I just think that when there's that much money on the table, you know, you got stockholders smacking you in the head like, what the hell are you thinking?
Yeah, why would you leave that money on the table? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so
Take that money. People are willing to give you that money. You have the most popular game franchise in the world. Take that money.
Yeah. and in more Call of Duty news, there's more signs of pointing to this game potentially being ported to the Wii U, or even of all new Call of Duty for the Wii U. What are your thoughts on that, Robbie?
I almost feel like, and I know this seems kind of crazy, but what if they pulled an Assassin's Creed where they released Black Ops 3 on the PS4, Xbox One, and PC, and then they have a separate game being developed for last gen and maybe Wii U? Maybe that would happen. Maybe that's what it's going to be.
That would mean a fourth development studio for Call of Duty.
Yeah, actually, I didn't think of it like that, but it'd definitely be a lot of work.
I just think
them porting it down. If they're porting it down for the 360 and the PS3, why not bring it to the Wii U as well?
Yeah.
You know, those are basically all equal systems as far as power goes.
I'm just happy to see my Nintendo buddies out there getting their Call of Duty too. You know, they got screwed over last time. I think they deserve it. It's good to see that Nintendo is trying to reach out there and be more cordial with developers and woo them back in. You know, hey, I got a piece of candy. I'm gonna come over here and make a game for the Wii U. You know, that's what they're doing.
Be a big fucking piece of candy.
A lot of candy.
And I think it's a good thing. I hope it does. You know, I probably will never play it on my Wii U. I don't think my Wii U is made for that. But for the people who only have Wii U's, I'm pretty sure that's great news. Now, I don't know anything about this next bit of news, but Valve removes controversial paid mods from Steam. Now, explain this to me, Robbie, and tell me why this is big news.
So, I think it was last week when Valve introduced the paid mods onto Steam. So basically, for a lot of these people who spend a lot of time creating these huge mods for Skyrim and stuff like that, like they were like expansion packs, and they were free, which is kind of insane to me because they should absolutely be able to make money off that. So Valve basically allowed it so people can make money off making mods and basically make it their full-time job. That's what they said. And from there, they could get more development. Like maybe they get hired from a development studio or something like that. That's the idea of the paid mods. And people just didn't see it that way. And it got a lot of flack. And so Valve definitely took them down after they were so controversial.
Oh, wow. But so now the mods are free again?
Yes, everything is free. I think there's still a couple paid ones, like really small bits of DLC, but it's not much.
I'm guessing that if you're an independent developer and you're making mods, if your shit's good enough, you're going to get noticed either way. So it's probably easier for Valve to just remove the controversy. And if you're a standout guy, you're going to stand out, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
I hate this.
I want to hear this.
So, I don't see anything wrong with people getting paid for their work. I don't see anything wrong with it. Like, somebody goes through the effort, the hundreds of hours it takes them to, create a mod for Steam,
Skyrim.
For Skyrim and put it on Steam. I see nothing wrong with them getting paid for it. I don't like the fact that people are just, uploading the mods and calling them their own and getting paid for it on Steam. I think Steam needs to actually, put in some real world kind of restrictions on this stuff where they're actually, they've got actual eyeballs, people's eyeballs looking at this stuff before they approve it. But I would like to see people get paid for this effort. If they would like to make money on this, allow them to make it free and allow them to make it paid if they want. I don't see anything wrong with that. I feel sad about this, frankly.
So what you're saying is Valve needs to find a way to validate the creators of the content.
They need to find a way to validate it. I think maybe the way they approached this in the game they approached it on was probably a poor decision. Maybe start with a smaller game with not as much, kind of notoriety.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And try and figure out that business model. Try and figure out how exactly this is going to work. Not pick the most, the most famous moddable game and just push it out like right away. I think they saw blowback on this, but I bet a lot of developers are really pissed off that they took it away so quick.
Mm.
Right now, making a mod kind of feels like an application for a job.
Yeah.
I want to now work with Bethesda. Look at this great mod I made for your last game. I could do something really valuable for your next game. But you don't get paid for those hundreds of hours that you put into this mod. What if we had professional modders,
Mm.
Like, what if Robbie Skull was a professional modder and he made my favorite Skyrim mod, and then he says, okay, here comes the next one. It's coming out in, a month. Here's all the stuff that's going to be in it. And I'd be like, oh, I can't wait because he made my favorite last mod. I can't wait for the next one. Like, I don't know.
You created a whole new job category and one that actually fucking works.
I would like to see that. I mean,
that's
how
awesome.
fun would that be?
But I know everybody's wheels are turning right now. I want to get into this on the ground floor and become a professional modder. Oh man, that would be sweet.
I don't know if Valve went about this the right way. Seems like they should have started on a smaller scale, done a little bit of testing, tried to figure out how exactly to word this in a way that actually made sense to gamers. But ultimately, I think it would have been a good thing for the community. I think it would have been a good thing for the modders. I think it would have been a good thing for the people who play the game, because now people could actually make this their full-time job. Instead of just making this their part-time hobby, they could make this their full-time job. Imagine all of the great mod support you could get if your favorite modders, that's what they did for a living.
Wow.
It would be an incredible, support.
They didn't have to go work a 9-to-5 job at UPS and then come home and try and fit in creating a mod between making dinner for their kids and working their 9-to-5. Now that is their 9-to-5. Imagine that.
Yeah, that would be fucking great. Wow, a whole new category for employment. Made by BriarRabbit, all proceeds should be sent to this channel. Good shit.
Agreed.
All right.
Little known secret, I also live off of money.
All right, so Batman Arkham Knight Season Pass announced. This has had a little bit of controversy, guys, because of the cost of the Season Pass being $39.99 for the Season Pass alone, or you can get, I guess, the Batman Arkham Edition for $99, which includes the game and the 6-month Season Pass with content that has not been detailed yet. What are you guys' thoughts on this $39.99 DLC? Is it too much money for something you don't know you're buying yet, or how do you feel?
Well, you're not buying it yet.
Yeah.
I think it's way too much money. Here's how I started thinking about it. Like, I didn't realize how out of whack these season passes were till recently. So the game is $60, and the season pass is $40 for content we don't even know what it really is yet. Basically, you're paying 3/4 of the full price of a game for content you don't even know that's out, like for the hope that it's going to be good. You don't know if it's going to be good or not. And it gets even worse than that because you look, I don't want to pick on Call of Duty, but Call of Duty season passes are $50 for the season pass, and if you don't pay for the season pass, it's $60. You're basically buying 2 games in one, and that's just for the add-on content, for the hope that it's going to be good. Like, you don't know that it's going to be good. So, it's ridiculous.
Sometimes hope fails, guys. Just ask Obama.
You do not have to buy a season pass. There's no obligation to do so. Sometimes you get like an extra bonus, like a character skin or something small, but it normally does not have any impact to the gameplay whatsoever. In this case, we don't even know what the season pass is going to include. So how the fuck can you make a decision on value? It's like, I'll sell you a car, Brett, for $50.
Wow, that's gonna be a broke-ass car.
I'm not telling you what kind of car it is. It's like playing Price is Right. What's behind door number 1? You don't know what's behind door number 1 or door number 2. You have no idea what this DLC is.
It's $50. Who cares?
We know A, but we do not know the other side of that equation. We do not know A equals blank. We don't know.
But
so
the
to make
other
a decision on value right now, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, the other side of the coin is this, right?
I will agree with Robbie though. DLC is too expensive. Season passes are too expensive. Getting 3 maps and a weapon in Call of Duty is not worth $20.
Yeah. But the other side of it is this, right? You got a game that's going to cost $60 at release, and they've already mapped out this much DLC. How come some of that couldn't be included in the game? They got that much DLC that's going to be worth $40. You'd expect.
Because you won't pay $80 for a video game.
So this could be content in the game. This is kind of what we talked about last week.
Yeah.
How much the game should be.
How much does a game cost? How much does it cost to develop? How many of these copies do they expect to sell? They have to make those numbers add up. And you won't pay $80 for a game. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a little bit of that content that we would have given you for $80, and we're going to charge you $60 for the game and then charge you $20 for that content we took out. Because we cannot afford to make the game that you are expecting us to make and sell it $60. Period. We can't do it. It costs too much money to make these games now. And you won't pay $80 for the game, so you don't get the whole game.
I totally agree with that.
You didn't agree with it last week?
No. Last week we kind of had a discussion on what the future of the cost of games would be, and I said that pretty much DLC was the thing that dictated that. And it appears this is the future. So I do agree with your synopsis, sir.
There's no way that game companies can continue to sell games for $60 and we get the amount of content that we're getting. They can't afford to do it. Unless they sell like 5 million copies. If you got a Tomb Raider that sold pretty well, right? And they're having to make real decisions. Are we going to make another one of these? Did we make enough money off of this at $60 a copy? So it's not a business that you can stay in. Konami's leaving the business. That's what we're thinking, right?
Yeah.
They make one of the most successful game franchises in video games. And it looks like they're leaving.
They're singing that farewell song.
Because there's not enough money in it.
Yeah. Well, it looks like this is the future. And if a game is good, like I said last week, if it's good, you'll buy the DLC. They will survive on their own merit. And Rocksteady's made some fantastic Batman games, best superhero game of all time, so that merit alone will probably sell this DLC.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
We'll see. I mean, depending on what the DLC is, it may have value, it may not. But that's going to be a question that everybody has to ask themselves. I bought the DLC for a lot of games. Some of the games I felt was worth it. Some of the games I don't.
Yeah, I'm hearing it has Catwoman nude skin, so I'll probably pick it up.
I'm in. I'm buying that.
Me too.
Robbie?
That's worth it for me too. Yep.
$30 well spent.
All right, so the next little bit of news is one that's kind of yay or nay. The Walking Dead game announced, and it's being made by Payday 2 developer Overkill Software. I don't know how happy I feel about this. I love the Walking Dead world, guys. I think it's one of the most amazing comic book worlds, TV worlds. I love zombies. Briar, you love zombies too. But the thing is, we've seen one great, phenomenal Walking Dead game and one that sucks gorilla balls. And okay, and it's been that kind of situation. So I'm kind of streamlined right down the middle on whether or not I'm excited about this. And I don't know how I feel. What are you guys' thoughts on The Walking Dead being created by Payday developer?
That's a good question. I can honestly say I have no thoughts on this. I've never played Payday or Payday 2. I cannot speak to the quality of those games. As far as I knew, they were multiplayer-only games.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to get a multiplayer-only Walking Dead? Is this going to be their first shot at like a big franchise? We have no idea what this is going to be.
Well, the Payday series is very similar. Robbie's still laughing. It's very, very similar.
Shut up. Gorilla balls.
The Payday franchise is very similar to the Grand Theft Auto 5 heists. That's pretty much what it is in a nutshell. So I don't know what their take on this will be, but they probably made a really strong pitch because The Walking Dead hopefully have learned their lesson from their last game, which really sucked. Gorilla balls. So hopefully they had a much better pitch.
Stop it.
I'm hoping it's good, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to go on here, right?
Yeah. What about you, Robbie? You think it may be a pretty good idea for them to create a Walking Dead game?
Yeah, I mean, I played a bit of Payday and Payday 2. Payday 2. I really like those games a lot, so it's the same developer, yeah. Bring it on.
All right, well, that's that story. Okay, guys, Dead Island 2 delayed till 2016. Do we care?
No.
All right.
Move on.
This is right up my alley, guys. Sony announces lifetime PS4 sales of 22.3 million. What are your thoughts on that?
That's awesome. This is the kind of numbers that we want to see if we want to see games get developed for the PS4 and the Xbox One, right?
Absolutely.
We want to see the Xbox 360 and the PS3 get left behind. As a gamer, as a guy who owns the PS4 and Xbox One, that's what I want to see. I want to see these new graphics. I want to see these new AI systems. I want to see these, I want to see all the new stuff, right? But you can't do that if you've got to cross-develop between the old and the new.
Yeah.
The fact that these consoles are selling this well, the PS4 especially, is good fucking news.
Yeah, and kind of a segue to this story. I believe, Briar, you tweeted out a video by T. Martin about Call of Duty potentially, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 being a PS4, I guess the lead console for the game, potentially. What are your thoughts on that? You think that this may
I don't remember
be,
tweeting that out, but
That was me that tweeted that.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
That was me
really
that tweeted that.
I saw Briar's name there. I thought it was you. Well, T. Martin basically said that when they wouldn't actually have the opportunity to play Black Ops 3, they were playing on PlayStation 4s. And all the advertisements that have been shown have not done the typical, what we've gotten used to, Xbox or Xbox
There's
One.
no Xbox logo. There's no marketing. And the fact that they even played on PlayStation 4s, like at the preview event, that would have never happened in the past because it's such a Microsoft game. There's no way that would have happened. So I don't think it's actually time exclusive on PlayStation. I just think there is no more time exclusive content. I think that's it. I think it's done. I think it's going to come out at the same time for everything.
That'd be great.
PS4 is, I guess these sales have really, really mattered, and everybody's taking notice. Good shit.
The Xbox One controller is trash, and games are more fun to play on PlayStation 4 because of it.
Wow. I haven't spent that much time with Xbox One controller. It's trash?
I hate it.
Wow.
I hate that controller. And I went and spent, I don't know, Robbie, how much are these scuff controllers?
I spent about $230 for mine, but I love this controller so much. Like, it's an amazing controller. So
I'm telling you, this controller is the worst Xbox controller since the Duke.
Damn! You took it back that far. Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Unfortunate.
They really, I don't know. I mean, they nailed it on the Xbox 360, and they took it. I don't know. I don't know what.
They shit all over it. They shit all over the Xbox One rendition. I get you. Okay.
Yeah.
So, E3, we got tons and tons of conferences being planned this year, and now for the PC elitists that watch the show, PC Focus E3 conference announced. How is that even going to work?
I have no idea what kind of stuff would even be announced there. I got to be honest, because we're planning doing our E3 show soon. If you don't have predictions for that conference, it's fine, because I have no idea what they're going to show. So, yeah.
It's
Are
like
they just going to get like a bunch of PC developers in there, like they all ponied up for getting a big?
Probably new League of Legends skins, new Dota skins. It's going to be a lot of that. So,
Color me impressed.
Yeah, you look at it. All right, and so
I actually had a conversation about PC gaming today. It's like, you know the guy that you grew up with that was always modifying this car, like always he couldn't wait to like put that new exhaust system on his car. He's putting the wheels on it, and you know the new air filter, the new everything, right? Like stem to stern. And what he ends up with is a car that has 4 more horsepower, but is completely unreliable. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
That's what PC gamers are to
me. Wow, that was awesome.
What a way to put it.
Damn. Oh, beware the backlash.
I completely see why. I see the appeal to it, and I've actually been that person in the past, right? Is I've had my own custom PC, and I've added video cards, and I've tweaked drivers, and I've gone into the BIOS, you know, like I've been that guy. But you get older, you run out of time, you got priorities. Would I rather spend my time actually gaming, or would I rather spend my time making my gaming PC better at gaming? And eventually you just kind of move on, you know?
That's awesome. Wow. We need to have the BriarRabbit book on PC gaming, because there's a lot more I would like to hear from you on this subject. All right, and so the last bit of news we got today, I guess it could mean a lot, but for some reason I feel like it won't, because none of the magic that made this developer what they were in the past exists today. But Rare to reportedly announce a new game at E3 with Microsoft. For people who don't know, Rare made some fantastic games many years ago. Many years ago. Starting with the Super Nintendo, they made games like Donkey Kong Country, Banjo, and the developer was eventually bought off, and they went with Microsoft, and many of the old heads from the developer have long since gone and left the developer, and now they're making something new. What do you guys think about this? Does it matter at all?
Dark, -1.
-1.
Well, they can
Banjo, nuts and bolts too.
I don't know what to expect. I guess they got a lot to prove. They got a lot to live up to. I mean, a lot of people are equating
this
that
is Rare in name only, right? None of the original developers are still there.
Yeah, but it's like if you go see the new Temptations, they still try to live up to the old ones.
Yeah, but it's not the fucking same, is it?
No, it's not. But they have that soul in their heart, and they still try to sing and sound just like the old guys.
Yeah, but you don't want the old guys, or you don't want somebody who sounds like the old guys. You want the original guys. You want those guys who made that sound work.
So basically, we don't want this fucking Rare cover band. We want the old school.
That's a good way of putting it. I don't know. Hopefully, they got an awesome game to show off.
Well, here's hoping, guys.
Yeah. Hopefully.
All right, guys. So
I think I had too much to drink tonight. I'm really negative on every story, aren't I?
No kidding.
Okay. Guys, all right, so I got a few questions. Today's my week to ask them, and I'm ready to roll. Are you guys ready to answer?
Yes.
Now, I can't see you. I'm definitely going to watch this after we get done with the show, because I want those reactions. No, I got my screen. I got my notes up. It's a whole page of notes. And are you guys ready?
Go with Robbie first.
Come on.
I'm very happy you came, Robbie, because I got some specifically made for you.
Okay.
There are going to be 2 video game related questions and then 1 just random question, but I want you to be totally honest, okay?
Awesome. Bring it on.
Okay. The fictional organization Video Game Ethics and Evolution Board have decreed
Wait,
that
what?
all...
Slow that one down. Slow that one down.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bunch of gibberish.
The Video Game Ethics and Evolution Board?
Yes.
Okay.
This is for Robbie. They have decreed that all video games must only be played by these 3 means from today on. You have to pick one of these 3 ways to play video games. NES controller with 2 buttons and a traditional D-pad. Motion controls like the Wii or the PlayStation Move, etc. Or using console camera motion to play with the PlayStation camera or the Kinect body motion only. The board has allowed gamers to choose only one for life. What will be your choice?
They all suck. I don't know. I feel like one day maybe camera controls could be cool. I don't know, but definitely not motion controls, if anything. Not motion controls. But if you don't have many buttons, it's going to be pretty simple and complex. I don't know. That is such a hard one.
You got to pick one. The board only allows one.
Wow.
A Nintendo controller, the 3D motion controls that you move the controller around like the Wii, or using your body.
Oh, I'm gonna use my body all nice now. No, I'm gonna go with the controller. Just yeah, I gotta have a traditional controller. So.
All right, so Nintendo. Okay, and your second question, Robbie. You ready?
No, but let's do it anyways.
Take a deep breath, okay? Every time you play a video game of any type, you notice a strange feeling. You soon realize that you have forgot your birthday, and your parents take you to the doctor to find out exactly what's going on. After days of testing, it is found out that every time you play a video game, you lose a random memory. The only game that you don't lose a memory on is Aliens Colonial Marines for some strange reason. The doctor suggests that you give up gaming and take up another form of entertainment. What do you do?
Kill myself. What is that?
So no more games for you. You're done.
Yeah, I'm done.
It could be a simple memory. I mean, like, you can forget how to put on your shoe, and then somebody could teach you again.
So if I could choose any memory to forget, what would I choose?
No, it's a totally random memory. You might go to the bathroom and get up and forget to wipe yourself because you played Minecraft. So no video games?
What the fuck is that? I don't even know.
I think that's the first time I've ever heard Robbie swear. Right there. That was the first one.
I don't usually swear that much. There you go.
Mission accomplished. Okay, Robbie, this is your last question, and if that made you curse, this is definitely going to make you curse. Would you rather eat chocolate-flavored poop?
Oh, no, not this question. Oh, my God.
Or poop-flavored chocolate?
Oh, my, we're not doing this. I've heard this one before. Oh. So, I think I'd go with chocolate-flavored poop just because I guess I could close my eyes and not look at it. Like, it would taste good. So, I don't know. That's so hard.
We got your answer, Robbie. You nasty.
I think I just have to go with chocolate-flavored poop just because I could not look at it. I just wouldn't think about it. At least it would taste good. I would think it was chocolate. So. Okay.
All right, so Brian, here we go. And so we've got 2 video game questions and then 1 random question I pulled from the internet. The first question for Briar is this. Are you ready, Briar?
Yeah, I'm ready.
If Bungie was bought by any developer and they had to take over Destiny and all future Destiny games, including DLC, who would you choose to take over?
Take a lot of thought.
That's tough, man, because, like, one of the greatest things about Destiny is the Bungie-ness of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you jumping into Destiny for the first time, if you had played Halo, you knew that control scheme right away, right? Yeah. Right off the bat. I would say Bethesda.
343 maybe? Bethesda? That's what Kate said. Okay, wow.
Because adding in Bethesda's storytelling, hopefully they would just take the engine, the shooting engine that is already there, but adding in their storytelling and their way of crafting an open world.
World building.
Stunning.
Wow. Great answer.
Good answer, yeah.
All right, this is my favorite one, Briar. This is my favorite question. This is all from me. This is no internet here. All right. If only one of these games were announced in E3 this year, with the release of Holiday 15, which would you like to see the most? Number 1, Destiny Prequel. A game that takes the player through the events leading up to Destiny that delves deep into the darkness that has began taking over the universe. It lets the player experience all the events leading up to the death of the Guardian, packed with over 30 hours of co-op campaign missions, 16 multiplayer maps, and 4 raids to boot. Bungie is set to make Destiny
4 raids?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Bungie is set to...
How are you going to pick that? How are you going to top that? You know I'm going to pick that.
No, I don't know. Bungie is set to make Destiny Prequel everything that it can be and more. First DLC coming, Deadly Star, will be available 2016 first quarter. That's the first game. Red Dead Redemption 2. I masterfully envisioned an expanded game that surpasses the original in every way, with the inclusion of a multiplayer campaign co-op mode as well as versus mode. This game is currently next-gen only, with over 100 hours of gameplay and a single main storyline playthrough. Expect an amazing game experience. Rockstar has been secretly building this game for over 4 years and promises that it is an experience that can only be had on current-gen consoles. Get ready for the West. That's game number 2.
Sounds great. Give me Destiny.
Number 3.
Oh, my God.
Left 4 Dead 3. This long-rumored game can very well become a reality soon, and with the inclusion of an 8-player online co-op mode plus a 50-hour campaign, it's looking amazing.
They're going to have a single-player campaign?
Sure, you can play single-player with up to 7 bots. Left 4 Dead 3 will have a new turning paradigm, which means once you're bitten, you will begin to hallucinate, and soon your friends will look like foes. This turning paradigm adds to the already... all up here. This turning paradigm adds to the already frantic nature of the Left 4 Dead franchise and forces players and teammates to always be on the lookout for a cure. Left 4 Dead is coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC only. And the last game.
Oh, there's another one.
This is it. The Last of Us 2, The Dawn. The Dawn. PS4 exclusive, set during the time of the outbreak of the cordyceps infection. You take the role of Stephanie Lowe, a dive instructor and single mother of 2. During the outbreak that changed the world, you are tasked with not only survival, but the survival of your children, 15-year-old Dawn, a high school sophomore, and 9-year-old David. During the game's 25-plus hour campaign, you must learn to protect yourself from the infected as well as I'm sorry, I lost my line. During the game's 25-hour campaign, you must learn to protect yourself from the infected as well as man. Expect to see familiar faces and places in this amazing PS4 exclusive. That is promised.
Yeah, in the chat trolling you. Can you repeat that?
With everything from cannibalism to female harvesting, this game will take you to places no game ever has. Rated mature. What do you pick?
Destiny.
Easy?
Oh, God damn it. Come on.
Red Death 2, I think, would be my second choice.
Left 4 Dead?
No,
You said
Red
Left-
Dead.
oh.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption. Sorry, Red Death.
Well, this is why you chose Destiny. This is obvious.
Yeah. Red Dead would be my number 2. Last of Us would probably be my number 3, but it'd be pretty far, actually, behind Red Dead.
Okay.
And then
Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead would be kind of... I mean, Left 4 Dead was fun, but I always thought kind of... They had some balls charging $60 for that.
Yeah.
You know? And adding a campaign would be cool.
Okay. All right, so my last question for you, Briar, is pretty funny. Would you rather fight Mike Tyson
Yeah.
or speak like him for the rest of your life?
Fuck. Rather fight him.
Wow.
So it is the fight. Okay, and that was the last question.
Basically, yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't want to talk to him.
That would be so hard to do. And those are questions I came up with. I thought they'd be entertaining. Kate told me, she said, Briar's going to pick Destiny as soon as he hears Destiny.
Yeah.
We should have known better. Yeah.
And I tried to make the other ones pretty exciting, you know, an 8-player online co-op in Left 4 Dead 3.
Well, you made Destiny sound pretty good, though. I mean, we get to hear all the stories about like the Golden Age and like all all the stuff that's in the Grimoire. We get to hear all about that stuff. You made a Destiny prequel, which is all the story.
Yeah,
they got the story in the game. There you go.
Nailed the story, and you gave me 4 raids.
4 raids, and that's without DLC.
How can you say no?
Yeah, how can I say no to that?
And a 30-hour campaign. Damn, that sounds great. Bungie, you
listening? As soon as you said Red Death Redemption, though, I was like, obviously he's gonna pick Destiny.
Red Death.
Oh, I said Red Death.
Red Death Redemption.
They're a great education, guys. I'm sorry.
Jeez.
So those are my questions, and I hope you guys enjoyed them. I had a lot of fun coming up with them, and that was pretty fun. I gotta watch the video.
I really enjoyed that.
I'll send you.
We should wrap it up here.
I'll send you that chocolate, Robbie. Hope you enjoy.